Hey, Don Copeland here today, and we're here with our Mutoh 661UF. It's the XpertJet model, and we're going to show you how to take this and turn it into this. And very, very few steps, not a lot of ink, not a lot of time, and in fact, we're going to turn this into 10 of these. Let's see how we did it. So let's show you here how we set up to print these out. We have the 12 cases we're going to print. We measured the cases, and I've already created a rectangle here, which is going to be printed on the bed. This is going to be what we're going to use as our template to lay down the actual cases onto the bed so we know how to target them. I have that on a layer here, as you'll see. I have that on layer 1. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to layer 2, and I'm actually going to make a duplicate of that rectangle, bring that down here to layer 2. All right, we're going to work with that one. I want to turn one of these layers off here. We're going to turn that layer 1 off. Stay with layer 2. All right, we have that item selected. And what I'm going to do is I want to make it slightly larger than the outline because we want to bleed over to the edges. So I'm just going to select it from the center, and I'm going to just make this 2% larger than the other. It went out in all directions. Don't know why I just showed you that with my hands, since you can't see my hands. What we're going to do now is I want to take this and I'm going to make this a really cool, it's an effect we have, it's called a marble effect. Under here, underneath of our effects, we have what is called the marble effect. This is part of the design software. Choose this. This is the standard type of marble effect. And when I select it, now it's going to give me a ability, you'll see an actual preview here to set my colors. So the first color, which is going to be the lighter color, I want to take that. I want to actually make that darker, so I'm actually going to bring that down here, down into the blacks range, down right about there, let's say. And then the other color we're going to do is going to be more of a light color. So I'm going to bring it up more towards the white area, maybe something like that. There you go. It gives you an idea. That's what it's going to look like for a marble effect. And you see we're going to kind of get a beveling that goes off the edges too, which will work well with the cell phone case. I'm going to select that. Now we have this design. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see what we've got. We have that right there. Now I'm going to bring in my logo we're going to use for this, which is our new ColDesi UV Printers logo. Bring that in. Okay. Now before I go any further, because I am going to be putting this on a dark background, what I want to do is take this object, I'm going to grab just the lettering, and black's not going to look that good on the marbled effects. We're going to take these, and I'm going to turn them to white, but we're going to use what's called a spot white. So it actually prints that white as well, because even though these cases are white, I want a nice bright white that pops when I look at it. Zoom back to where we were at. Select these and group them together. And then because of the way the case is, we want to be able to read the logo, so we're going to rotate it 90 degrees, minus 90 degrees, going from the bottom to the top. And just for fun, we're going to make sure we align it to the middle. So now that's aligned to the middle of my design. If I want to see what it's going to look like, I can actually go in here and ungroup this and turn these right here to a visible white. That's what it's actually going to print like, but we actually are going to use the spot white so it prints it as a spot color. So there we have the artwork all set up. What we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and unlock this rectangular area here, and it doesn't matter whether it's on the front or back. I want to take all of these things, go back here so you can see my full bed, and we're going to lay these across. I'm going to put 5 across, because 6 won't fit, as you can see. Put 5 across, and we'll put 2 up. That gives us now 10 of these that we're going to print. And as you'll see, everything is on its respective layer. I can go in here and turn off the color layers. And now when I go to print, all I'm going to print is these outlines on the bed. Go ahead and do that. We're going to print this over here to the Mutoh 661. Only the selected objects. I'm going to print it to the Mutoh 661 color only. Got a white mat on it, so I'll go ahead and print it in the black. Edge of the sign blank, so it's going to honor that. And then what I would do is come back, then turn off the outline layer and turn on our color layer. Select all of these items and print these to the rip as well. These are also going to go into the color only layer, and I'll show you in a moment here what we do for that. Go ahead and send those over. Once they're sent over, I will jump over here to the 661, and underneath of my color only, you'll see we have, zoom back here a little bit, one page. The first page is going to be the outline, which is fine. The second page, which we have down here, I'm going to do this actually. I'm going to do the outline in fast, and I'm going to do this in just fine. And actually, with that, we can actually get away with doing that as fast, as opposed to super fast. One thing I do want to change is I want it to print white ink for the white, so I need to go in and modify it to tell it that it's printing 4 color plus white. Other than that, everything is pretty the same. I am going to turn off the fan as well, because we don't need the fan on. And there we have it. I process these jobs. I'll go ahead and process the color layer, because that's really what is going to determine our cost for the entire job. 10 cases we're getting ready to print. And we're going to see the price here, exactly how much it costs for 10 of these. So we just divide it by 10, we get the per item cost. Here we go, 36.61 cents for 10. That's less than 4 cents a piece to print these. And that's including using the white ink that we're printing where it says ColDesi. So really, really inexpensive to print these type of cases. Let's get them printed and see what it looks like. There we go. Printed out the outlines on the bed. See our 10 outlines right there on the bed. And go ahead and load this up. So you can see I'm already slightly oversized anyway. So we're going to be plenty good on our bleed that we had, because we bled it over by 2% over the size of this outline. All right, there we go, 10 of them lined up. Go ahead and close this up, load it, and we'll send over the color layer. Again, which we processed out at 36.61 cents total cost for this color layer, or less than 4 cents for each one of these cell phone cases. You hear there, it's actually setting its own height, so it knows that the head will clear perfectly on it. Yeah, that we made the right choice when we decided to print the white. It really pops. You know, I understand the cases were white, but they weren't as bright of a white as I'd like to see, so this really makes that white pop by using a spot color white in the middle of the job. And it's still just a one-pass print. Now, we probably could have saved 3 cents on all 10 of these total if we wouldn't have used the white ink. There we go, done printing, about 6 minutes and 45 seconds. So that's for 10 of them. So that's, what, 40 seconds a piece? Not bad. There you go. This came out really looking good. I mean, you can see the color they were before. And we put that marble effect on there. Really looks nice, and the bright white pops. All right, there you have it. We did a lot of things today, actually. We showed you how to set up in the software Align to do multiple items of any kind at one time by printing on the bed. Number 2, showed you a really cool effect. It is standard in the Compress Designer software to be able to create a marble. I could have made this, we actually started playing with it. It had like a rosette colored type of marble, whatever color marble you wanted to do. Showed you how to use a spot white to get a nice pop of your white in the middle of a design, still to one pass. Literally, we spent 6.5, say 7 minutes worth of print time. If you include in the outlines, even say 10 minutes of print time, and set these up in literally a minute or so to get it printed. We have less than 40 cents into each of these. I mean, in all these put together, so that's 4 cents worth of ink onto this. And again, if we want to go extreme, a minute worth of time. You can produce at least 60 of these an hour, and you'd be invested in the area of less than $2.50 into supplies, and you can make a killing. You know, what can you make for customizing a phone case? $8, $10 a piece on top of the cost of the case. This is another way you can make money with your UV printer. In this case, we're using the Mutoh XpertJet 661.